We came in as a government of change. We are now going to bring forward principles for donations because until now politicians have used their best individual judgment on a case-by-case basis. I think we need some principles of general application. So I took the decision that until the principles are in place, it was right for me to make those repayments.
Starmer resignation imminent. Keir Starmer facing resignation after media exposes atrocious incidents. Keir Starmer, the leader of the Labour Party and Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, is currently facing intense scrutiny following a series of revelations that have sparked public outrage and raised serious questions about his leadership. Just 4 months into his term, Starmer finds himself embroiled in a scandal involving lavish gifts, questionable financial dealings, and a lifestyle that starkly contrasts with the struggles faced by many ordinary citizens. As the media continues to dig deeper, calls for his resignation are growing louder. Starmer's ascent to power was marked by high hopes and promises of reform. He campaigned vigorously on a platform of transparency, integrity, and a commitment to cleaning up politics. After 14 years of Conservative rule, many voters saw Starmer as a beacon of hope, someone who would restore faith in government. However, the recent revelations about his lifestyle and financial dealings have cast a long shadow over his administration. At the heart of the current scandal is Starmer's acceptance of an astonishing array of gifts and donations. Reports indicate that he has accepted over £17,000 in freebies since the beginning of his term, including tickets to high-profile football matches, concerts, and luxury accommodations. This lavish lifestyle raises eyebrows, particularly at a time when the nation is grappling with soaring inflation and a cost-of-living crisis. Starmer's critics argue that his actions are hypocritical, especially given his previous promises to tackle the culture of entitlement that has plagued British politics. Instead of focusing on the pressing issues facing the country, he appears preoccupied with maintaining a glamorous lifestyle that many feel is out of touch with the reality faced by everyday people. One particularly eyebrow-raising incident involved Starmer's stay at a £20,000 penthouse in Covent Garden. This luxury accommodation was reportedly used to provide a quiet space for his son to study during the election period, a justification that has not sat well with the public. Many are questioning why he felt the need to secure such extravagant lodging when countless families across the UK are struggling to make ends meet. Starmer's explanation, that he wanted to shield his son from the media frenzy surrounding the election, has been met with skepticism. Critics argue that this incident exemplifies a larger issue of privilege and entitlement within his leadership. While he claims to be advocating for the common person, his actions suggest otherwise. Adding to the turmoil is the revelation that the Labour Party received its largest donation from a hedge fund registered in the Cayman Islands, a well-known tax haven. This £4 million donation is particularly troubling given Starmer's past rhetoric against the very practices associated with such financial entities. The hedge fund in question is involved in sectors that Starmer has publicly criticised, including fossil fuels and private healthcare. The timing of this donation has raised suspicions, as it fell within a window that allowed Labour to avoid immediate disclosure. This has led many to speculate that Starmer's administration may have sought to obscure the origins of this funding to avoid backlash from voters who supported him based on promises of ethical governance. As the media continues to uncover more details, public opinion is shifting rapidly against Starmer. His approval ratings have plummeted, and he is now viewed as one of the most unpopular prime ministers in recent history. The perception of him as out of touch with the struggles of average citizens is growing, and the once promising leader now faces a credibility crisis. The juxtaposition of Starmer's high-profile lifestyle against the backdrop of a nation in financial distress is not lost on the electorate. Many feel betrayed, believing that the change they voted for is being undermined by the same old political games. The growing sentiment is that if Starmer cannot align his actions with his promises, he may not be fit to lead. The ramifications of this scandal extend beyond Starmer himself. The Labour Party, which had seen a resurgence under his leadership, now faces the risk of losing the trust of its base. Party members are increasingly concerned that if Starmer does not address these issues head-on, it could lead to significant electoral losses in upcoming elections. Within the party, there are whispers of discontent and calls for a leadership challenge. Some members are advocating for a return to grassroots values and a focus on the needs of working-class individuals who feel neglected. If Starmer cannot navigate this crisis effectively, he may find himself facing a revolt from within his own ranks. As Keir Starmer grapples with the fallout from these scandals, the question remains, can he salvage his leadership and the Labour Party's reputation, or is he destined for a swift exit? The coming weeks will be critical as he seeks to regain public trust and demonstrate that he is committed to the principles he espoused during his campaign. The stakes are high, not just for Starmer personally, but for the future of the Labour Party and the political landscape of the UK. With increasing pressure from both the public and within his party, the prospect of resignation looms large. If Starmer fails to rectify the narrative surrounding his leadership, he risks becoming a cautionary tale of what happens when political promises are overtaken by personal privilege.